Hi guys, and welcome back to Plan for Productivity. And for those of you who are new, my name is Andrea, and today we're gonna do a bullet journal setup video. So in these videos, I kind of set up my spreads with you guys, and I explain more or less what things and decorations I added in order to fit the theme that I chose. And for this month, June 2020, I decided to go with a very warm toned kind of theme. It's mainly composed of blobs, like, you know, random blobs and dainty flowers and vintage looking stamps. I know that's kind of a weird combination of things, but I really like the way it turned out. It's all things that I love and enjoy creating. I really hope you guys enjoy that as well. In this video, we're gonna do a cover page with a calendar. We're gonna do a currently page with a goals page, a habit tracker, a reading tracker, notes page, and the review page for June. I think those are it. So let's get started. For the cover page, I decided to go with a large serif font. This works great in months that have short names, so I took advantage of June. I went ahead and added some blobs to give the spread some color. I don't really plan those out. I have one or two that I want to place in a specific spot, and then I just kind of balance the spread out. What I did to create this font is actually type it out in my computer with the font that I wanted, and then I just copied it into my journal. I use this trick a lot actually when it comes to planning. It just makes it so much easier to create fonts. As I mentioned before, part of the theme of this month is dainty flowers. I absolutely love creating this. It's a very easy way to add some details to your journal. Next to the cover page, I added the calendar. In my May spreads, I created a mini calendar and then a list of the days of the month. But I much prefer having a visual calendar, you know, with like the squares and the charts and everything. I don't really use my calendar to plan ahead. I use it to write in my daily highlight, either a fun memory or something I accomplished. So I like to be able to see it and decorate the boxes for each day. Finally, I added some round vintage looking stamps to write the day of the week. I got these from Michael's. I'll make sure to link everything that I used in the description below. This is a currently spread. I started one in April. I noticed that it really motivated me to read more books, watch more courses, and just notice the little things that bring me joy. I jot down like the playlist that I'm listening to, or the TV show that I'm watching and enjoying, and stuff like that. So I went in with the same font, except that I used yellow in the title and then used the stamps to write in the word June. This is also where I write what I want to focus on each month. So I added a big, darker blob to contrast the lighter yellow and added the same stamps to write in the word focus. Next to that spread is my goal spread. The plan was to create blobs for each goal. So I used my visual diary, which is really a fancy way of saying a notebook where I create sketches and make mess of everything, to plan out the composition. I created the blobs with random shapes and then went back in with the colors to make it look a bit smoother. I have 6 goals for June, which is a lot, but because they're smaller projects, I thought I might be able to get away with it. Please excuse my head. I sometimes forget that I'm filming when I do this. Because it's so many goals for June, I wrote them in order of priority and added numbers to make sure that I know what to work on at all times. To tie it in with the rest of the theme, I added some dainty flowers next to the title. I kept this quite simple and just created 4 different versions, 2 on each side. For the habit tracker this month, I went with a big orange title to fit the theme. To tie it in with the rest of the spreads, I added the flowers next to it. The reason why there's 3 on one side and then 1 on the other, besides the fact that I like the asymmetry of it, is because I thought it would make it look a bit more centered, like the overall title. This month, I decided to go with a horizontal spread. I really like having all my habits in a chart because it helps me notice patterns and see everything at a glance. I also decided to track my sleep and mood this month because I kind of need to get back on track with that. Finally, I used the stamps to write in the word June. The next spread is a reading tracker. For this one, I decided to follow the same layout I used for the past 2 months. I added a blob at the top where I could write in the month number in a similar font as the previous spreads. This tracker is aimed to see how many pages I read per day. At the bottom right, I added some flower doodles because I know it might not interfere with the tracker itself. Then I used stamps to create the title. I noticed that having this spread does motivate me to read a little bit more, and it's fun to see how long it takes you to consume books, so I decided to add it into my June planning as well. The last planning spread of this month is the notes section. I added a title with the stamps mainly because I was too lazy and I didn't want to draw out that font anymore. I kept the spread simple and just added dainty flowers next to the title and added no blobs of color just to kind of close down the month with a simple spread. And finally, the last spread of the video. This is my June review page. I decided to add the title in the center, so I added some random blobs, a few flowers, and went in with the stamps to write and review. Don't be afraid to leave your spreads with like asymmetrical designs. It adds an interesting touch to the doodle actually, and it's fun to kind of create like that. And that's it, guys. Let's see the final flip through. That is it for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed and you found things useful. Let me know if you create these spreads or find inspiration. Please share them with me on my Instagram. I'm always super excited to see what you guys create, and if you have any new ideas for bullet journal setups, I'd like to hear those too. This is a very simple kind of theme. It just makes it so easy to do all of these things. It's very approachable and a very easy way to create a beautifully decorated spread without much effort. Really hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!